actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Cincinnati.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Here's Rose. Plays it up off the glass.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10. Right at him. Get to the rack.
The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And the three off target. Here's Doncic. Good work defensively by KD. Brooklyn with the ball. Pushing it up. Out to the right wing. This one for three. Nice D from Doncic. Giannis outside. Here's Fox. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Thompson outside. From deep. And the Nets miss again.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Just outside. Cincinnati again missing.
Not quite enough defense.
Oh my goodness! What a play!
Rose excels at driving and controlling his body in the air. A unique blend of power and athleticism.
Doncic, no good.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Pass to Thompson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you look at the development of how Klay has attacked the rim over his career. What was once a weak spot for him has now become a strength as his finishing improves every year.
Stolen by Thompson. Pulls it from the elbow. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Middleton on the wing. Outside, Simmons. Right side, Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doncic outside. Stolen by Thompson. Pass to KD. Rose gets a wide open look. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Rose has got 8 points. You know what, Greg, you're right thinking back to Thompson. He had his early struggles at the rim.
And that's a distant memory for Klay now. I mean, he's dunking more often and with more force when he goes at the rim. It has made him an even more complete shooting guard.
Fox hits them both.
Boy, I like the focus and unselfishness Fox brings to the court. A strong defender with lightning-quick reflexes in every spot.
Now, here's George. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's Robinson, top of the key. Out to KD. Shot clock at 2. Over Simmons. Durant, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And here's Brooklyn. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Rose goes in. And the dunk by Rose.
You know, once he starts going downhill, Rose is impossible to stop. He doesn't settle for simple layups. He's throwing that thing down.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Pass to Doncic. Middleton for three.
Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall.
Boy, you've got to give credit to the defense. I mean, this is where you want to really work for quality looks. Try to get that confidence back.
And just tax a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
And Giannis throws it down.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
Here's Rose. And finished off by Rose.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Here's Durant. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Here's KD. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control, Simmons can get up for blocks.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Clark, with Giannis, you can see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Finney Smith. Brooks, left side. Over Porter. Nice shot by Brooks. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. It's a 10-point game. Outside Durant. Pass to Hughes. 6 to shoot.
Passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside Curry. Drills it from outside. Curry's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Cincinnati. And here is Durant. Back to Ball. Pass to Hughes. Siakam pulls it in.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Can't be too aggressive when guarding Seth Curry because he's good at attacking and drawing fouls.
This is his first free throw of the game. And both free throws good for Curry.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
No good with the triple. Cincinnati trails by 7. Here's Siakam. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
For Cincinnati, they shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Stolen. Curry. And misses it off the right side of the rim. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
So it's Cincinnati now, following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Siakam. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Cincinnati trails by 10. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now Cincinnati moving it up. Siakam misses.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Clark with the jam.
Oh, such a terrific passer. He seems to have a sixth sense, nice feel, which is hard to teach.
Stolen by Ball. Throws up. And Ball slams it in.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Now here's Giannis. And it's Brooks in the corner. And the 3 ball is good. Brooks has got 5 points so far. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve the rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Ball with a wide open look. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Ball's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter. And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Pass to Giannis. Makes it off the glass. He's got 6.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Ball. That shot, no good. And it's Cincinnati the other way. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play. So it'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting. It's going to be on Larry Hughes. The Nets making a switch here. Free throw no good for Giannis.
But, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
And here is Fox, following Lonzo Ball's 3. Thompson from long range. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Thompson's got 5 now.
And the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now here's Middleton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Simmons. It's Clark with the rebound. The efficiency of Giannis. Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we've got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher. The coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up.
Inside, here's Simmons.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Pass to George. Rose scanning the floor. Over to the wing. And Thompson launches it from deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on a roll.
Nets leading by 18. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, they've taken a huge step forward at the free throw line this season, especially when you compare it to last season. They're a completely different team in that area.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
To the paint. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Let's go. Doncic, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been excellent for his team.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Oh, and when you see that step back 3, Clark for Doncic, shades of James Harden, the way he gets that shot off.
And you know what? They say Luka's deceleration, hitting the brakes and stopping suddenly, is top-notch, just like James Harden's. So that's quite a compliment. A lot of that is footwork and balance, but I think his quickness, too, guys, has been a little bit underrated. This guy is a little better athlete than he gets credit for.
Thompson for the triple. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And that's 11 points for Klay Thompson. Cincinnati trails by 21. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
That's been the culprit, the turnovers. I mean, TOs, those kinds of mistakes have really kind of drained their confidence to this point.
And finished off by Rose.
You know, this is what Rose does best to me, guys. A scorer who attacks on offense with unbridled ferocity.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Curry. Here's McGee. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
44 seconds left in the second quarter. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Rose. And finished off by Rose.
Boy, he's an absolute blur. Derrick Rose, cat-like quickness.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Cincinnati. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Pass to Rose. Here's Durant. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Durant up top. Shot clock at 6. And that's good for 2. KD's got 9 points.
And deadly from pretty much anywhere on the court. Durant is a relentless scorer.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
You know, he's got to take care of the ball much better than he has been. By himself, he's accounted for 4 turnovers. That's way too many.
Rose up on top. At the top of the key, Durant. No good there. And it's Cincinnati the other way. It's stolen by Rose. Fires at the elbow. Drained for 2 points. Rose has got 26.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
You know, the staple of Seth Curry's game is shooting the ball off the catch.
And finished off by Rose.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Curry can't get it to go.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that. Everything working for him out of the half as they hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Oh, that was worth the trace of admission.
I really love when Rose goes hard like this, guys. I mean, still, even after the injuries, showing no fear.
It's George on the wing. Over Brooks. George, no good. And here's Cincinnati. Here's McGee. Outside, Fox. Pass to McGee. Outside, Curry. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Nets.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami, Ohio, when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age. and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
For Cincinnati, they've gone just 4 of 8 from the line tonight, hoping to move that free throw percentage up a bit.
You know, he's the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft, guys, and Doncic seems poised to dominate this league for a lot of years.
Pass to Robinson. Back to Ball. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. KD with it. Now guarded by Siakam. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Porter. He's off on that one. Simmons with the defensive effort. To the middle. And Simmons slams it in.
You can't give up this kind of positioning, not to a guy like Simmons. I mean, all you're asking for is to get burned if you do.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 10. To the inside. Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Middleton up top. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo could look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Here's Durant. It's Durant on the wing. Second chance shot. Yes, that goes in. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Here's Ball after Ben Simmons' bucket. And KD, good for 3. Durant's got 14.
1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
They get it back. And that one's good by Giannis.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And then Durant with the jam.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination. Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof, and I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Pass to Durant. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. KD's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Nets. And, you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
Antetokounmpo. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Now here's Durant. 21 points in the game. And then Durant with the jam.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Here's Doncic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
They push it up 4 on 3. Thompson for 3. Couldn't get it to drop. He's now made 5 of 8 shots. Oh, the lob for Simmons. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Love the connection Simmons has with his teammates. I mean, once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish and stop.
Clark
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Pass to Siakam. It's Clark with the rebound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
That's his first foul.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Durant, the 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Nets running away with this one. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Fox. And it's McGee atop the key. Back to Fox. That's tipped. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Good work there as it goes. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points. I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Now here's Curry. From deep three-point range, it's Pialita. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Pialita's got his first 2 points. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Cincinnati. Calls timeout. Clark, talking about defense, who are some of the best players in the league right now at taking charges?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. As I think about it, a guy like Marcus Smart for the Celtics comes to mind. Kevin Love, when he's on the floor and healthy, is pretty good at drawing charges. The Milwaukee Bucks, Ersan Ilyasova, and Draymond Green falls into that category, too. He does a pretty good job of it.
Kyle Lowry up in Toronto. There are a lot of them. Clark. Excellent D that time there from McGee. And Fox with the drive. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Porter. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall I think it's pretty solid.
It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Thompson with the bucket.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here's Hughes. Count that one.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness
is really impressive.
It's Fox with the drive.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Down low, to the middle, out to Brooks, for the three, rebounded by the Nets. Smith, left side. There's Porter with the three. That one doesn't drop, and it's Cincinnati the other way. Siakam inside. Misses from close range. And here are the Nets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Outside Porter. That one wide left.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Brooks outside. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. 7 points for Brooks.
Boy, excellent recognition from Fox there, Kevin. Outstanding at recognizing when his guys are open.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Thompson, left side. 18 feet out. Misses. Fourth time against 7 makes for this game. Back to Stevenson. The kick out to Fox. Hughes with the steal. Here's Clark. Thompson for three. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hands.
Pass to Siakam. No good off the back of the rim.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
On the wing, Porter. Thompson. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
To the inside. Smith trying to break loose. No good from Clark. Pass to Stevenson. It's tipped. Here's Clark. On the wing, Hughes. Now Thompson. Covered by Siakam. Fires from deep. And the Nets, another three.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Cincinnati now. Right side out of the Kumbo. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And that one falls to Robinson. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Klay Thompson.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
And it's Smith penetrating. Porter, no luck.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Middleton. "40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Simmons. To end the run. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Smith surveying the D. Sweet move. Here's Robinson. And good work on the boards. They pick up a second chance points.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight